Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm back with my Yuga Kshetra gameplay and today we'll be resuming section 19. Two arrows are left as far as I can remember, and okay, just a sec. And we defeated Arjuna and I don't know what's going to happen after this. I'm guessing the Tree of Emptiness and Asya Doman are still left, so we need to defeat them before I guess like this section can end. And I'm not sure how this will go. Obviously I at least hope so they'll be easier than Arjuna altar, but who knows. I don't know. I don't trust that man, that that Asya Doman. So yeah, let's just see how this goes. So this is the final dark out. Two more sections left. I most probably this video will definitely be the end of Yuga Kshetra, because I think this section and the epilogue is left. So I hope I'll be able to end this within this this video. So let's see how this goes. You'll form your party immediately before. Okay, that's a good thing, because there's a big question mark here. I don't even know who I'll have to fight. So that's a good thing. It's over. I warned you, Arjuna. Your way of doing things was only ever going to lead to your own death, and not one you'd be happy with either. It's a real shame, isn't it? If only that alter ego hadn't shown up, you and I might have been able to make something of this lost belt after all. Yeah. In a way that kind of helped us in a way, and at the same time it was still a big mess, because Arjuna got so much power. Anyway, now it's time to decide what I'm going to do next. Oh no, the foreign god is here. Oh, you're right, I can't turn back now. I only washed my hands of this lost belt's king, not the lost belt itself. Oh no, is he going to fight against us now? Besides, it's not like any of us had any real choice anyway. Especially with you watching over us, right? Ooh. You? What? That's her name? Maybe she doesn't like me calling that. It's too bad we can communicate more easily. Wait, he knows her? I mean, her identity? That's interesting. Still, that gave me the push I needed. Time to take a responsibility for looking the other way all this time. Yeah, he's going to fight against us. Great. I wonder if you understood what we really were doing here. We didn't give the people of this world weapons and teach them to fight so they could live. We just wanted them to survive, to use them to defeat Arjuna, with no real concern for what came from. Yeah. The only reason we helped these people was so that we could be more efficient. We could more efficiently erase their god and eventually them. The servants may have known enough to keep quiet about it, but I could see how it were you and Mashi. I'm sure you both wish there was a way these people could live happily ever after from now on. But you both know you don't have any right to say that when you're taking their future away from them. True. That's very responsible of you, especially when you are both still so young. But unfortunately, none of that matters to me. I can say it all I want. These people aren't livestock reduced to following a god gone wrong. They deserve more than that. So, as one of the people responsible for helping them take back their lives, I'm coming down on their... There you go. Well, great. Alright, time to take care of the last bit of business. With who? I think he and the Tree of Emptiness are going to fight now. I doubt he's going to shake hands with Asya Doman. So otherwise, how could I show my face to Kadok, Ophelia and Akta? Even though they were fighting for the fate of this world. It seemed to me like their battle was intensely personal. That's usually what battles between true warriors boil down to, true. I'm grateful to you. I can feel Lakshmi's joy in knowing that Lakshmi's divinity has been freed. All I need to do is return the favor, so that is the Tree of Emptiness responsible for creating this false world? Oh no, Pepe is going to. Very well, I will do what you ask, although this will be my first time felling a tree instead of fighting a war or rebellion. It's weird seeing it pulsing and squirming like that, makes me kind of motion sick to watch. Even after seeing it in China, I still don't know what to make of it. Me, one of the clock tower's most prodigious talent. Okay, Godolph. Still, however it works, it's clear that that thing is what's keeping this Lostbelt in place. That's true, don't hold back now. This is just like the other ones. Oh boy. I'll try to analyze it as much as I can, but that's not really our priority now. We still have to take back the world we lost, and to do that, the tree's gotta go down. And hey, now that Arjuna's gone, the sacred beasts and Kali are vanishing too, so there's no one left to get. You jinxed it. Well, that's mean. What am I, chopped liver? Or is it just that you can't imagine that a master without a servant would be a threat, Mune? Come to think of it, I never did greet you guys properly, did I? Well, better late than never. Welcome to my Lostbelt. Wow. Almost at the end. It's so nice of you to come all this way, remnants of Chaldea, but now it's time to say goodbye. My name is Scandinavia Peperoncino. On behalf of the Cryptors, I'm going to kill you now. Oh, great. Well. Pepe? Oh, why do you look so disappointed? Were you hoping for someone stronger? Well, that's fine with me. I'll make my job easier. I guess this means it was worth traveling with you guys after all. But hey, I still kept my end of the bargain, right? We only agreed to work together until Arjuna was defeated. I can't move on like that. Me neither, Pepe. I don't understand. We've been traveling around India together all this time. We've talked about so much things. I thought there was no reason for us to fight each other anymore. Yeah, I was just listening in on your conversations most of the time, but you sound like you were all really getting along. I don't think that's the actual point here. Like, you know, like Pepe, like, this is his Lostbelt, and like his duty is to save this place, you know, to protect this place. So that's basically it. I thought we, you know, had an understanding. That must be because we all happen to feel the same way about this world. I sure don't remember discussing anything deeper than that. Then why do we know your birth name was Myoranji Aro? Oh my, of all things I wish you'd forgotten. You just couldn't let that go, huh? Yeah. Well, if your memory is that good, then you should have no problem remembering what I said and didn't say. I do consider you Chaldeans friends now, I really do, and it's true that I don't have any reason to fight you. But did I ever say I was willing to fight for proper human history? Yeah. But I thought you agreed to help the foreign god in exchange for your life because you had no other choice. Well, you're wrong. All of us are here by choice. Make sure you don't ever say that to any of us other cryptors, Mashi, not unless you want to insult us. Yes, we did agree to help the foreign god in exchange for our lives, but we made that choice willingly, not reluctantly. Kind of true now that we think about it. Personally, I thought the foreign god's conditions were fair and Crustasia's plan was in the right. Do you get it now? I chose my own life over the rest of the world. That makes me an irredeemable villain. You guys would call me an enemy of humanity. Wow, the way he's saying this, there's a very interesting thing that he says here. He says that we had a choice. Now, Marsh had he's kind of saying that I'm the villain here. So he says that he had a choice and he took that choice. That's why he's a villain now. But Marsh thinks, and obviously Rizka also thinks, that he did not have a choice. That's why he was forced to take the chance. And that does not make a villain. Here's the thing, if he made the choice himself, he's a villain. And if he did not make the choice himself, he was forced to do it, he's not the villain. So all this time, Marsh, Rizka, all of them, they thought that, oh, Pepe did not have a choice. So he's definitely one of the good guys. But now that we see him here, and he himself says that no, it's not that I did not have a choice. I had a choice and I took the choice. And because I took the choice, that makes me a villain now. In a way, I kind of, disagree with the actual statement of a villain, because a villain is not something like Pepe. A villain is evil, One thing I can say here, Pepe can be a villain, but he is an honorable villain. That's one thing I can say. So in a way, like he says that that makes him an irredeemable villain. That's not true, fully true. He's a villain, definitely a villain, but not an irredeemable villain. I don't know, I just think of it something like that. Because a villain would never admit that he is a villain. Just like a madman would never admit that I'm a madman. Anyways. Yeah, I get it now. You don't hate other people and you don't hate yourself. No, you hate something much bigger than that. You hate human society. You're literally a public enemy. Oh boy. Does that make me a terrorist? Oh, how glamorous. I don't think a terrorist is someone like this. I don't know. Like, as Vinci says, that makes him a public enemy. She's correct, but at the same time, villains are not like this. Villains are more ruthless and more cruel, which obviously which we never saw in Peperoncino. Anyways, but no, you're wrong there. I never hated this Lostbelt, putting aside how Arjuna ran it. You understand right. This is the 4th Lostbelt you've seen so far, correct? It's peaceful here. There's hope for the future and love to be had just by being alive. You could live a full life here. It's rare for a world to turn out like this, even if it's the people who live here don't know that. In the big picture, it's never been troubled by war or revolt. And in the little picture, it's never had to worry about communities growing old and dying off, or a beloved brand going under, or a hot new trend fizzing. Excuse me. The more complicated society gets, the harder it gets to survive in it. It's cruel and unforgiving, and so many things slip through its cracks. But this Lostbelt never had anything like that. Life was simple here. People were happy. That's why it was destroyed, pruned away. History decided this world was too happy, too perfect, and pruned it away for being unnecessary. Oh. Can you believe that? You people fighting for humanity always say you want peace. But then you go and reject a world like this, a truly peaceful place. It's like you can't conceive of a world not dominated by pain and suffering. So, I don't ever want to hear you say that proper human history is more peaceful than any of these worlds. Trust me, your world is a crueler, more disgusting hell than any world you'll find in a Lostbelt. It's as if he is trying to run away to a fantastical place where there's no pain. I can kind of understand why he's saying all of these things, because obviously of his hate for people. Obviously, all this time you can kind of understand that he does not like people in a way. Obviously, Masha and all of them are kind of an exception in a way, but still, general public, he does not like them. And that's why, which is obviously must be something related to his past, the reason. So now that he's saying that, oh, this is the most peaceful Lostbelt, all the other Lostbelts are the the epitome of peace, but you people, you think that this is not the proper human history, the disgusting hell that you have come from. You think that is a proper human history. In a way, he's saying the same things that Arjuna has said all the time. So, anyways, this is a quite a complicated thing here, because neither of them are in the wrong here, neither of them are in the right here. Everyone is doing something that they think it's correct. The Kaldians are doing something that they think it is correct. Peperoncino is doing something that he thinks is correct. All the other characters, I'm sure they did something that they thought they were correct. Just take Akta, for example. Like she like did everything for I forgot the name of the servant, her lover. I cannot remember his name. The berserker, you know, him. So in her eyes, that was correct. That was the right thing to do, and that's her justice. That's her way of justice. And similarly, like as they say, like right and wrong are subjective, and that very much applies, especially in this whole lost wealth business. So yeah. So now, do you understand why you and I never see eye to eye? Well, you're right, I agree with you. I doubt that any lost belt is as awful as the modern world Master hails from. There you go. Holmes is going to, you know, like, what do you call that? Like, bring up some facts here. Let's see. But that's all the more reason for us to be proud of it. Any history daring to call itself proper human history should aspire to overcome all mean manner of hells. True, Holmes, damn! If anything, this journey has only made me more certain that mankind has chosen the most difficult route possible. Master has spent his whole life on the forefront of that route, and if he wishes to continue down this path, we will be there with him for every step of the way. Oh, I knew you'd say something like that, Holmes. Yeah, I do love that side of you. Anyway, I think that's enough talking. Ready to go, Carney? What? No, Kana won't attack us. What the hell? I'm impressed how long you've been holding out, but you must be at your limit by now. Huh? Why are you bringing Kana into this now? He's not double cross. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe that Kana is going to attack us. No way, what am I even saying? The odds of Kana doing that are down there with the idea of game series having 100 sequels. True, Ganesha, I wholeheartedly agree with you. Oh, great. What? Why? What? He isn't even related to Peperoncino. Why the hell would he even? I'm sorry, I'm afraid I may end up betraying you after all, Ganesha. What? No way. Let me ask you something, Rama. How are you feeling now? Me? Now that I mention it, I feel great. Krishna's curse must have been lifted when Arjuna vanished. Good, then I can return your sword of evil's bane. Thank you for lending this to me, it was a great help. Oh, he's reverting back. Now then, Master, there is something I need to tell. What is it? I used the last of my strength during my battle with Arjuna. In fact, my spirit origin is already gone. I'm here right now by sheer force of will. Really? Holy shit, he's right. Kana's magical energy signal is gone. He really is just there by force of will. That is what I meant by betraying you. All that remains now is what was here to be. What? All that remains now is what was here to begin with. I feel like I should return it now, especially that's what he wants. What is he talking about? Now I gotcha. So that's how it is, huh? Haha, that's just like you, Karn. What? What's happening? Do you want it? You bet I do, Han. Besides, I figured this would happen. Why do you think I stood back and didn't say anything? In spite of everything, I still can't bring myself to abandon them. I couldn't even if I wanted to. I like them too much. I see, then it's yours. Though I suppose it was always yours to... Oh, what is that? I'm told I'm the hero of benefaction. After all, so I would feel wrong about holding on to it. Suit yourself, hon. Just don't expect a thank you. Although, are you sure you're okay with this? I am. I have faith in my master. Oh no, what? Man, I can't believe you're still doing the right thing here, Karna. Jeez, get a clue, will you? Okay, Ganesh understands what's happening. What did he give to? I'm sorry. Stop apologizing so much. Then again, you wouldn't be you otherwise, would you? Anyway, since it looks like we're going to say goodbye and all, I just want you to know. Once this is all over, I plan on going back to my old carefree shut-in self, so don't you worry about me. This is a rare opportunity as you are now a god. I suggest getting out of there and seeing a little more of the world. Besides, you've just finished being shut away for countless years. The outside world should seem even newer to you now. Ah. Besides, this may be goodbye, but we don't know for how long. As long as you wear that Ganesha hat, I have a feeling that I will have another chance to fight by your side. Hey, don't say that. Coming from you, it sounds like it'll actually happen. I've had more of enough for fighting to last me my whole life, thank you very much. Still, considering how the best I could do before was cowering fear behind him, getting to fight by Karna's side is definitely something new. Well, see you around. And you. So he's disappearing. No, it would seem not. What? No, he isn't. I can tell what's about to happen. Oh my. Oh, I forgot. So that's what they were talking about. Ashwathaman was in him. Okay, this makes sense. Ashwathaman is Pepe's servant, so that's why he said I might end up betraying you. Oh my god, okay, I was not expecting this. He gave me back give my gift right back to me, huh? Pisses me the hell off. You wanted more? Yeah, I'm just angry. Same as usual. I know what's going on here. I could see it happening while I was inside him. Looks like it's time to keep my promise and get angry on your behalf, am I right? That'd be grand. Would you mind? Ha, the hell you mean, would I mind? Don't ask me, order me, damn it. You're my master, aren't you? Well then, don't mind if I do, my angry little servant. Good grief, just when I think it's over, now we have to go up against yet another formidable hero. Then again, if this is a new chapter in the Chronicles of the King of Kosala, I could ask for nothing more. In fact, I'm grateful you've given me the last chance to show off what I can truly do. Oh man, my joints are really stiff. And I really don't like going up against this Shiva. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure the whole reason Ganesha came here in the first place was to do something about that tree. There's no way I can go back out of this one. Doesn't matter who stands in our way, I'll see this through to the end. It's the least I can do for my comrade in arms who brought us here. Oh, you're also fired up now, I love it. That just leaves you and Mashi. You're the master who's the key to this whole operation, right? So what are you hanging your head for? You fought hard and bravely to get this far, right? And not just here in India, but everywhere you've been. So, now's the time to take responsibility for making it all the way. I want you to thrill me one last time, just like you've been doing all along. Pepe, if this is this is about responsibility, if our only choice now is to do what must be done, then we're not going to back down either. We can't. Not after coming this far. Awaiting your orders, Master. Our goal is to defeat the enemy character and Ashwathaman and to cut down the Tree of Emptiness. Let's do this. Okay, alright, now I know who we're going to fight. Ashwathaman. Archer? There's still a big question mark here. So I'm guessing we're going to fight Ashwathaman here. So I need a Lancer. Okay, first of all, I need to take Waver. What the hell? Ah, there he is. Alright, Waver and a Lancer. I need a Lancer. Now, okay, let's do this here. First of all, I'll take... Where did she go? Her? Oh my god, just a sec. Okay. No, not this. This one, okay. Okay, let me change it here. Here. This. Okay, I'm thinking about who else should I take. Uh, do I take? No, I don't think I should take her. You know what? Let me just take her. And I don't even know. Like, obviously, I think Ashwathaman will be here. So, okay, where is? Oh, there she is. I was trying to find her. Let I keep this? Okay, let me just try with this first. Like, I don't know if I'll lose or what. Like, you know, but let me just try with this first. And Pepe will obviously be there, I'm guessing, kind of giving like those debuffs and those, what do you call them? Those command spells. Now and then. Oh my god, what the hell? Whoa! Oh my god, the tree is also here. Oh my god. There's Pepe's command spells. Oh great, this is... Okay, this is bad. First of all, what is this? Gain resistance against... Oh wow! Resistance against noble phantasms. And what is this? Increase attack instant... Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, okay, nice. Oh boy. Oh damn, this is bad. Great. You know what? Let me just in case. Will this work? Oh, just a little bit. Anyways. Okay, let's go with this. Okay, there you go. Oh, target focus up. Okay. Oh no. Who did he get? Okay, waiver. Oh god, he got waiver. Nice. Not good. Oh great, what now? Obviously this is of no use because he has invincible up. So okay, let me do something. Ah. Oh god. Ah. Well, I'm going to lose this one, definitely. Oh god. Wow, the only one who did not have invincible on, he just targeted her. Nice, nice. Nice, good, good. Come on, come on. Oh my god. Ah. I don't think this is... Yeah, I won't be able to win this. Because even if I get Ashwathaman, I won't be able to defeat the Tree of Emptiness. What? Oh my god. Oh great. Well, this won't work. I don't think, like, even if I use my command spell, it won't work here. Nope. Nope, it won't work. Okay, so there are a few things to think about here. Okay, withdraw. First of all, Ashwatthama is going to use the target to himself, like, you know, draw the aggro. That's one thing. So I need to defeat Ashwatthama as quick as possible. And okay, and no noble phantasm will work for the Tree of Emptiness. I need to handle it on my own. Okay, so let me just do something here. I'll keep okay, first of all, I need Merlin here. A waiver won't do. Merlin, and okay, I'm going to change her to Mysterious Urine X. Did I do that? Yeah, I should do that first. There you go. And no, I should do another thing here. Who should I take? Oh, great. Okay, let me just take someone. Did I take Musashi? No, no, no. Why the hell am I even? Oh no, okay, I'm spending too much time over here. Let me just use just someone. Okay, let me take Skadi. I don't know how she'll help, but I'm just going to take her. She'll help with the noble phantasms, I guess. So yeah. First of all, I need to defeat Ashwatthama as quick as possible. To do that, I need to... Okay. Why the hell is it critting me? What the hell? Okay. Now, here's the thing. If I break Ashwathaman's, he's going to charge at me. So, I'm thinking, like, should I just... Okay, let me do this. I'm not sure if... Okay, this will work. Or should I keep it for the next turn? You know what? No, let me keep it. Yeah, let me keep that. I'm gonna take a risk here. If the crits don't hit, I'm screwed. Okay, there you go. Oh no, oh no. Oh my god, this won't work. Oh no, it worked. Okay, nice. Wait, Ashwathaman did not insta charge? What the hell? I thought he was going to insta charge. Okay, no problem. Nice. Okay. Okay, this is going good up until now. Okay, there you go. And who's going to use his... There you go. There you go. Okay, don't hit Merlin. That's the only thing I don't want. Don't hit Merlin, don't you dare. Wow. Oh no, you know what? I could have used my evade on Merlin. God damn, that was a miscalculation on my part. Okay, no problem, I can still win this. I've got this. I can still win this. No problem. Okay, so let's go. Come on, hit a crit, hit a crit. Nice. Okay, there goes Ashwathaman. No more problem with him. Now to handle this thing. Nice. Okay. 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 No problem. I've got this.
そういうこともできる。ゴージャスに。特別だ。神戸を垂れて寒類にむせべ。
Okay, come on. Oh, this is.
知らぬ影の城。私が有する影の城。空へ来たり、ここへ来たり。ゲートオブスカイ。コンコンと。上等よ。
Okay. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't think the Noble Phantasm will work on him. Should I even try? Okay, let me just try to use it on him. Even though I know it won't work.
ジャッジメントの時間だぜ。言い逃れは聞きませんよ。浮気移り気で。
Okay, it's still working. At least more than the... There you go. Oh boy. There goes two of them. Oh boy. And there you go. Oh! Oh, wait a minute. I only have her left? That's it? Oh my god. I don't even need to use... okay, let's do this first. Oh my god! It removed my buff. Great. Wow. You know what? If I lose this, I'm going to use my Saint Claws. I don't care. Like, even after, like, you know... I think I'm going to lose this most probably. Okay, you know what? Come on, make it work, please. Okay, that's a decent amount, enough damage. Okay, I think this will work. Okay, this will work. Oh, oh my god, at least I was able to defeat, you know, this battle without using any Saint Quartz. Oh. Oh boy, well, that was close. Wow. It took me 50 minutes to complete one arrow. Great. Oh, Thank God there's no more battle. Oh my God. Ah. Oh God. Yeah, it's gone. Well done, you've managed to fell the tree. I can see its magical energy signal fading rapidly. Looks like there's only one thing left to do. It might be a little too late, but if I use my serious light... Don't bother, you know just as well as I do. This anger's only a runaway. It means to help you get back up to speed so you can keep on going. This isn't the destination by a long shot, so it's okay, don't sweat it. I guess our teamwork just wasn't up to snuff. Maybe things would have been different if we'd kept our contract this whole time. I'm sorry, Ashwatthama. You think? It pisses me off, but I felt... Wait a minute. I felt like I got to raise more hell out there than I thought I would. Seems to me like we were a pretty good match. Sorry, I couldn't win this one for you. Believe me, I'm pissed off about it too. Hey, I'm still alive. That's good enough for me. So you decide for yourself whether you've won or lost, huh? You really are a clever master. See ya. Goodbye, my aqua servant. What were you doing? I'm pretty sure we could have won if you'd helped us out. Who? Oh, great. This guy was lurking around? I thought he went home or something. Ah, God. Yes, I had every intention of assisting. Truly I did. But I'm afraid I ran into some entirely unexpected trouble of my own. Let me guess. Was that Konyaskaya who just stopped him or something? That will be funny, you know? If she's the one who actually... Now then, let's get this over with, shall we? Now that everyone's gaze is rooted on to the god high in the sky, it's time I introduce myself properly. Indeed, how could they not be in awe at the god of a Lostbelt? Truly, they cannot help it. Just as I cannot help it if I can take advantage of this moment. To pluck the master of Chaldea's heart clean out of his chest. Hey. Yes? What the? What is this? Oh, a syllabus. What the? I thought Koyaska must have, like, you know, bothered him or something. Asclepius is still alive, that means? I hate not being able to give to specifics, but damn if my head doesn't feel much clearer right now. I was correct, like, you know, like I was thinking like Asclepius was a bit, you know, kind of brazen, cocky, like, but I guess that was the result of the Lostbelt affecting him. Good thing I realized in my final moments that I might have caught some bug I wasn't aware of. All that was needed to cure it was my death. Okay, there you go. Nice. Like I like, you know, like I feel better that Asclepius is not the person that we saw him as before. Like, you know, like I really did not like his personality, but I can like tell from this that he, as he said, like, you know, he was kind of bugged out by something. So you made one of your resurrection tonics. You think I could make that as a servant? Hardly. Maybe there was a gorgon around here, but short of that, no. No, the best I can manage now is slow acting mimetic, but I can still make sure it at least works well for me. What's a mimetic? As the saying goes, physician, heal thyself. So you used your own death to restore yourself to your original state. I'm impressed you figured out a way to escape from Arjuna's divine control. That, however, does not explain why you're getting in my way now, Asclepius. Why else, as soon as I came to my senses, I knew exactly where to find the malignant tumor eating away at this world. And I also knew I could never live with myself if I did not exercise. Malignant tumor. Once I surgically remove you from this world, my work as a doctor will be done. Okay, he was keeping him busy then. Nice. Alright, that explains it. I didn't even realize how beat up you were. That's hilarious. I doubt the spirit origin I'm using here will last much longer, and it seems a great deal of time has passed as well. Enough for the tree bestowed upon this world to be destroyed. Ah, what a shame. Ah, what a pity. Still, there's always the next time. I knew it. That body's just a Shikigami. A shadow of yourself, isn't it? I wonder where the real you might be. Okay. Well, I won't worry about that for now. Besides, we both still answer to the same leader, don't we? Indeed we do. As long as we still share the same goal, of course. Ah, great. He's insinuating that he has some other goals. Indeed, I heard you say this Lostbelt would get to its end goal quicker this way, Limbo. You knew this Lostbelt was doomed, didn't you? But instead of trying to prevent its destruction, you tried to hurry it along. There's more to these disciples' goals than you're letting on, isn't there? Yeah. Hey, Koyaska, think we can cut a deal here? Oh, she is here. But of course, I presume you'd like a one-way trip to the Greek Lostbelt then? Ha! Nice. Koyaska? Why yes, there's always a demand, so too will there be supply. That's just as true in neighboring towns as it is in neighboring nations. Whether it's a late night bus or a brand new space shuttle, the amount of which Koyaska's at NFF services is here to provide. I swear David never misses a beat. I still can't believe he came all the way just to teach me how to call on. Oh! Oh, okay, that was another reason he came here. Nice. Well, if it's a trip between Lostbelts you're looking for, just sit back and let me handle everything. We can discuss what I am sure will be a most generous compensation later. Do be advised, this is one time only tour package complete with a special payment plan. Okay, I guess. Yes, I'm aware. I knew I was making a deal with the devil. Master, I really enjoyed our time together here. I mean it. But at the same time, I can't turn my back on the other cryptos either. Just how it is. So, what can you do? I say we all blame it on the world and our unlucky loss in life and leave it at that. I resigned myself to it a long time ago, since birth, honestly. Anyway, with any luck, maybe I'll see you again someday. Adieu. Wow. He got away. That's just how it goes sometimes. Frankly, after all the non-stop fighting we've been doing, I'm just amazed we managed to take out the tree. I think Master and the others deserve a big round of commendments from you, Commander. Yes, I suppose you're right. And speaking of commendations, I almost forgot to give some myself. Okay. You couldn't have made it to God's Sky Boulder. I freed Ganesh and Lakshmi without you, Gaudi. You really came through. Oh my god, yes. Why don't you let me handle the driving from here and get yourself some well-deserved rest? You don't have to tell me. This may not be the most glamorous move as a commander-in-chief, but I'm leaving the rest of the mission in your hands. I'll deal with the aftermath later. Right now, my stress and exhaustion are both at the... Oh my god! He fainted! Damn, he just went out like like a light that moment he sat down. Lucky guy, maybe I should head to the break room for a nap too. Go for it, Captain, and I can take it from... Huh? Where'd he go? Oh right, he must have gone to say his goodbyes to her. Well, I can't blame him for that, yeah. Miner, go ahead and tell the rest of the staff we're officially off high alert. And make sure to let them know that they've all been doing a great job too. Now that my task is fulfilled, it seems the world is sending me back where I came from. I'm sorry for all the trouble I caused you. You mean about your secret identity? Haven't thought about it twice. I appreciate that, but it doesn't change the fact that I made a mistake in not trusting you. I hope I'll have a chance to repay this debt I owe you someday, though I doubt you'll ever need a servant like me. I'd love to have you on our team. You really don't hesitate with that sort of thing, do you? I've already given you a ticket. You're free to board my ship at any time. Thank you. I suppose fighting to take back the world is a form of rebellion in its own right, isn't it? Yeah. If I get the chance to ride with your ship again someday, I expect I should have no trouble succeeding in whatever my next rebellion may be. Farewell, old comrade. Bye. Why couch your wishes in so many hypotheticals? No need to hold back. You can and should join us again. Let me be absolutely clear. You were not nearly as powerless or as troublesome as you think. You may harbor the goddess of misfortune, but the worst I saw from you amounted to no more than an amusing bit of clumsiness, and that I considered to be a good fortune. I think you must have been controlling your bad luck unconsciously more than you realized. Yeah, you are a great warrior and a queen who protected her people admirably. Be proud and hold your head high, Lakshmi Bai. Or would you prefer I call you sister-in-law in honor of Lakshmi's power? No thank you, I've had quite enough excitement for one rebellion. See you around, King of Kosala. It has been an honor to fight alongside the heroes of my childhood bedtime stories. Yeah, I suppose I would even say it was fortunate. Though I'm the after of misfortune, it seems good things may still come my way. So I'm certain it's possible that you will one day be reunited with the one you love as well. I pray that day comes. Farewell. Lastly, there is something I need to say to you. Now that I'm about to meet my end in this place, I need you to answer the question I've been putting off until now. Was there meaning in us fighting alongside the people of the world against its god? You mean because they're going to disappear now? Yes, I already know my own answer to that question. The Pancino knew that our urging them to fight would ultimately lead to their destruction. So I can't accept that they're simply going to disappear now that this battle is over. Nor do I condone everything we did to reach this point, my own actions included. In that sense, I may even hate you for leading them to this fate. However, I may not accept this fate, but that doesn't mean I've lost hope. Lakshmi? I refuse to let things end like this. I refuse to let this be their ending. I was born in this land. I grew up believing in reincarnation. Yeah. So, I have no problem rejecting this resolution. Who cares if they go back to the pruning theoretical phenomenon? Who cares if the failing theoretical phenomenon is resolved? All I know for certain is that these people's lives aren't going to end here. Yeah, the cycle of rebirth, you know. There's bound to be a next time for them. There's bound to be. I just know a proper reincarnation is waiting to save them all. They'll all be reborn in accordance with their karma and go on to be even better people in the future. That's how the world works. That's how natural state of things. Others may think it sounds like some sort of fairy tale, but we truly believe that all life always has another chance. Yeah, like, you know, we all, like, we Indians believe in the whole cycle of rebirth. What is that called? Samsara cycle or something like that? I'm not sure. But you know, like, the rebirth cycle, according to the karma that we do in our life. I'm sorry, no need to look so sad. I'm not saying you need to believe this as well. I'm only saying that this is what I wish to believe. Come to think of it, you've already ended 3 other worlds in this manner, haven't you? The sheer weight of the responsibility is only just sinking in. If you continue down this path, you'll be choosing to make yourselves out to be the villains in the eyes of every other world out there. I know. I'm impressed. Not many would have the strength of will to do something like that. For that, you have my respect. Farewell, my comrade in arms, and good luck. Well, my work here is done too, though I think I'll hold off on going back to be a shut-in, at least for a bit. Because of what Karna said? Yuppers, pretty much. Besides, my real self might be a hopeless need, but right now, for whatever reason, I'm a god. How can I put this? It kind of feels like I'm riding the safest car in the whole world, yeah. And since that kind of chance doesn't come around every day, I thought I'd hold off on shutting myself back in and see what else is out there. I've never seen anyone treat being like a god treat being a god like owning a vehicle. And that's not all. You know that there's not a single god left in this world right now. I'm guessing that's new for this place. So technically she is the only god here, in a way. So now, for the first time ever, these people are gonna have to learn to live in a world without any gods in it. Yeah, that's true as well. They don't have to pray in hopes it'll save them from being murdered by beasts, but they won't also have paradise coming around every 10 days to look forward to. They've only ever known a world where their god was trying to lead them towards perfection, so I think all this new freedom might be a lot for them to deal with. I mean, this whole brand of freedom has a lot of dangers they're not used to, you know. It's like suddenly telling a need they're free to do whatever they want and throwing them out on the street. There's no right or no wrong way for these people to live anymore. Now they just have to figure out how to exist as best they can. So, as the last god remaining, I feel like it's up to me to keep an eye on them. But this world isn't going to. Yeah, I know, sometimes there's just nothing you can do. What's a good example? Oh, I know, let's hear her example. I'm sure it will be something amazing. It's like if your favorite manga cafe is closing for good and you just want to wander around it on its last day of business and enjoy it while it lasts. Wow. Such wisdom. Sometimes you come across a shelf of a new series you never noticed, and others, you might be browsing books you've read dozens of times. It might not change anything in the end, but I think there's still meaning to be found in just by being there. Yeah, I'm sure there is. A manga cafe, huh? I've only heard stories about them. Whoa, really? You mean you've never been to one? I can't believe it. Other than convenience stores, they're only one of the few other paradises outside my home I can visit. Well, hey, you know what they're like, right? Why don't you tell Mush about them sometimes? Or even better, you could build one in your base. Yeah, okay. I'll get right on that. Just what I like to hear. Well, that's all that I've got to say, so I guess I'll be going then. And hey, congrats on a job well done. There she goes, inside her statue. A statue can move around on its own. I had no idea. Alright, so you remember the other reason we came to this Lostbelt, right? Asclepius blue-ringed octopus. I need to perform the Aronnax Phantasm's activation ritual, and only in a particular area in India. Luckily, I already synced up with the border earlier, so we're pretty much halfway there. Well, that is most encouraging. Once that is complete, we will then finally be able to reach a certain Lostbelt protected by especially tempestuous seas. While I do look forward to that future expedition, there is no need to rush. I say we have more than earned ourselves a little break from before we begin making our way towards Captain Nemo's coordinates. If you're taking a break anyway, could I make a request? Oh, I think she'll go back to Asha. There's somewhere I'd like you to stop on the way. I'm sure it's Bichu. I know there's no point in going there, but I also feel like we should. I think we're obligated to. Oh my, what's this? God is supposed to decide where we go next, but he's off sousing it up. Yeah. Oh well, guess that means no one's going to gripe about it. If a certain beautiful genius who's taking back the wheel decides in his place, will they? Oh boy. Okay, I'm going to take a little break here. Yeah, we don't have any battle left. I don't think so. So yeah, oh my god, that previous battle was... Obviously that was a lot easier than Arjuna's battle. But still, it was quite difficult, and I'm glad I was able to, do that without spending any SQs. And I only had to use one command spell. And it took two tries to beat it. But yeah, thank god. So yeah guys, I'll take a break here, so see you guys in the next part of the video. Hey guys, I'm back, and let's resume our Yuga Kshetra gameplay. We are at the end. We're completely at the end. I'm guessing this is the final section, section 20. And this will be the epilogue, because we can see the little golden gesture, which will have the gray, most probably. So yeah. Okay, so a world where the cycle censored. Okay. And this quest has no battles, thank god for that, because I don't want it to get into any more of those battles, Oh my god, those are difficult. Oh wow, he's all battered up. Well, this is disappointing. My doctor's intuition is telling me quite clearly I may have succeeded in removing the cancerous alter ego from this world, but he was only a symptom. I wasn't able to eradicate the source. Yeah, true. As he said, his real body is somewhere else. Damn it, even if I did only just wake up, that's no excuse for me to fail a simple operation. Still not enough, I need more techniques, more knowledge. No, not just me. If medical science is too advanced, mankind will need more too. I don't have time to rest, I must return to my research, my training. Oh no, this Lostbelt is going to end, and I guess he doesn't know that still. And he cannot move. Oh boy. Well, it seems the other source of the world's infection, the giant tree, has been excised as well. If so, maybe that'll do. No, it's not enough. There's nothing more dangerous than amateurish medical treatment. No layperson should ever attempt an operation under anything but the most dire circumstances. The sooner foolish patient dies, the sooner they can help medical science advance. What did he just say? The sooner foolish patients die, the okay, I guess, like, he's kind of the same. Like, you know. That sounds like someone crying. And they're coming this way. Where? Oh, it's a boy. What do? I don't know which is the right kind. What? What's wrong? Why are you crying? Are you in pain? Are you itchy? Answer my questions accurately. Who are you? It doesn't matter who I am. If you're neither sick nor injured and have no need for a doctor, then go away. If I'd offer to go away myself, but I'm afraid my own legs can't take another step. You're a doctor? Please, you gotta help my mom. She's sick. She won't stop coughing no matter what we do. I don't want her to die. I heard the herbs around here could help her, but I don't know which one to pick. Calm down. So the patient's your mother, is it? How frequently does she cough? Does she cough up blood? What color is the phlegm? Tell me everything. I don't think he knows all of that. What a waste of time. This diagnosis won't do a thing to help advance medical science. I don't even need to go treat her myself. You handle this. Take this and have her swallow it. It'll put her to sleep, but that's normal. Don't worry about it. Wait until morning, and if she's still coughing, give her this pill as well. That's all. Really? Thanks, Mr. Doctor. Thank you so much. And he's out of juice. His mother, huh? For some reason, I suddenly remembered when someone asked me why I cared so much about advancing medicine. What is it that drives me to pursue it to the exclusion of everything else? And it's over. Hell if I know. I forgot that sort of thing a long time ago. Maybe it's somehow related to his lore, you know, his actual lore. I don't know. I've not like checked out his lore, but still, there's one thing I know I want. Humans, mankind, carry on my work. Travel the path that others have blazed. There is no need to fear failure. Casting aside excellence may be foolish, but it is no less so to cast failure aside. Wow, casting aside excellence is maybe foolish. For anything that continues to evolve will always be defective when compared to the future. Yeah, true. If human medicine can reach the same heights I did and continue to on even further, they will no longer have anything to fear from the gods. I once managed to conquer death. Will mankind ever do the same? Yes, I'm sure they will, as long as no foolish gods try to get in their way. Well, how I loathe such gods, none more so than Apollo, who impregnated a human woman only to let her die. Oh, okay. If human medicine can ever truly surpass... is that somehow related to him? I think the thing that he said about Apollo? I think so. If it advances to a point where they can bring back the dead and no one ever has to die again. then someone else will tell her in my place. I forgot what it was I wanted to tell her, but it's probably a trifling matter. Yes, most probably his mother. I'm not sure, but the way he's talking kind of seems like it. Someday the mother, there you go. The mother I never got to touch or even to lay eyes on. The mother who was killed by a foolish, detestable god and reduced to ash by the time I was born. Yeah, he was talking about himself. Will know how I feel. And there it is. Oh wait. Oh, is that? Damn, that was short. Okay, this is the last arrow. Oh, Asha's here. This is so strange, isn't it, Auntie? The Kali Yuga is over, but nothing happened. I'm shocked. The giant tree and the god sky boulder are gone too. That's true, it's so strange, but we haven't seen any Kali either. Maybe this change is for the better. There's something outside the window. I'm gonna go take a look. Okay, but be careful, alright? It's dark outside now, so I don't want you to get off too far. I won't. Oh wow, it's the travelers, what a surprise. What's up? It feels like it's been forever since I saw you. Well, we came to say goodbye. And to tell you what's going on. This world's god is gone now. What do you mean? Up until now, a god was putting this world through an endless cycle of reincarnation. Those incarnations were wrong. They never should have happened. I'm not so sure. Is she even going to understand? I doubt it. She might be able to, like, I don't know, feel something is happening. Something wrong is happening. But other than that, I don't think she's going to get the details of what is actually happening. She's a child, so. Do you want to know what took place in them? Do you want to know what you forgot? If you do, you should know it's going to be painful. Maybe you're not even meant to know about it. But even so, we feel like you're supposed to tell you. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I knew I'd forgotten something. I could tell something wasn't right. Please tell me, mister. I want to know what I forgot and what I lost. Father? So I did have a father. Know what? I'm not surprised. Even when I'm talking to my auntie and uncle at home, or when I go outside to play. I wanted to call out for someone, but I couldn't, and it felt like something was missing. I was wondering why I felt like that. Now it all makes sense. Wait, please don't get the wrong idea. This wasn't okay. Your father, Ajay, wasn't defective or evil in any other way. He could be overly blunt and he was kind of awkward, but he had that inner strength that kept him going no matter what things were like around him. He loved his family and he fought bravely to protect them. Yeah, when I first saw Ajay, I was kind of dubious about him. I was thinking like, okay, like, is this going to be one of those fathers who are like no cruel to their children or something? Like, the way he was talking and acting. But then as time went on, I actually understand, like, yeah, he's just awkward. That's just it. He was a good man. That's basically. And thanks, miss. It's hard for me to imagine, but I think I get it. I'm sorry, I wish I had more than words to convey what he was like. I did the best I could, but I'm still not sure if this means anything to you. Hey, are they're proper reincarnations? Huh? You said this world went through wrong reincarnations before, right? So I was thinking, if there's wrong ones, maybe they're proper ones too? Oh, no. Did I surprise you? Did I say something weird? I'm sorry. Not at all. I think there must be proper reincarnations too. Yeah, I think so too. So, if my father went away in a wrong reincarnation, do you think maybe I'll get to see him again when there's a proper one? I hope I can. Yeah, I'm sure you can. Thank you both for telling me all this. Well, I should get back home before my auntie and uncle start to worry about me. Oh, you guys are leaving on another journey now, right? I'm gonna miss you guys, but I hope you have fun. Come see me again sometime, okay? Oh, so Marsh did not tell her about the actual what's going to happen to the Lost Belt. Yeah. She wouldn't even be able to understand. Like, if suddenly like they say that, oh, this is a this is not a proper human history, this is going to be pruned away, destroyed, and yeah, she won't understand. That's enough, Marsh. I'm sorry, Senpai. I know this was incredibly selfish of me, but I just felt like I had to tell her. Maybe I'm just trying to make myself feel better. Maybe, but that's okay. If you ask me, I think it's still too soon to come to conclusions. My job is to tell the truth, and the truth is we are doing what we must to save the world. That is a fact, and one we must not forget. We must not resent it for purely personal reasons. Mash, everything you experienced up to this point, good and bad alike, has helped shape who you are. Similarly, do keep in mind that everything we've done here is necessary for what we're trying to accomplish. At least for now, of course. Time will tell whether the actions we took were the right ones or not. Though I can't yet say if that answer will be revealed to us or to the others who will pass judgment on us. Oh, wow, that's a statement. Ah. Regardless, once we are done, the people judging our actions will be those of proper human history, and that is how it should be. Yes, you're right. I learned in Russia, Scandinavia, and China that we would have to fight other world's future in order to take back our own. That we would have to make difficult choices, but we can't let them hold us back. I'm okay now, Fao. I feel calmer now. I have to apologize to you too, Master. I'm alright now. Now, come on, let's go. Let's head to where we need to go and get the part activated. Oh, look at that, Master. The sky is so beautiful there. I think this will be the perfect night for a drive. Good night. My blanket is nice and warm. It smells of sunlight after being hung up to dry. My tummy is nice and full thanks to the yummy meal Auntie made. When I open my eyes, I see the beautiful earrings Auntie and Uncle gave me for my birth anniversary lying on my nightstand. I'm so happy right now. So happy. Although, maybe I don't deserve to be. I remember the nice travelers and what they told me. And it makes my chest go tight. I remember how sad and lonely I felt on my birth anniversary when it felt like someone was missing. Now I know that there was supposed to be someone named there. If had been there, would my birth anniversary have been more fun? If was here now, would I have been happier? Huh? What was his name again? Who was I thinking about? I know they told me about him, but I already forgot. Even though I really cared and wanted him to be there. Alright, I prayed about this before I went to bed. I'm sure I can still remember that. That nice man that said there could be a proper reincarnations from now. So, I'll pray that in the next reincarnation or the one after that or even the one after that will come back to me. Huh? That's weird. All of a sudden I can't stop crying. I don't understand. Feels like someone I was close to used to scold me whenever I cried before, so there's no point in crying now. I don't need these tears anymore. But no matter how hard I pray for our God to take my useless tears away, they still keep on coming. I only just remembered that the nice man also told me that God isn't here anymore either. Now what do I do? Does this mean nobody will hear my bedtime prayers? Does this mean they'll never come true? That thought makes me even sadder, and now my tears are coming even faster. If God really is gone now, then who's going to get rid of the tears I don't need? If God isn't here anymore, who am I supposed to pray to from now on? However, prayers are heard simply by virtue of being prayers, and not by a proper reincarnation cycle. Oh no. Father, but by the transient dreams of a young girl crying herself to sleep. God damn. It's over. Oh. Okay, I'll check it later on. Oh, I got a, oh, the craft essence. Oh, is this the Karna's? Yeah, I think so. Wait a minute. Oh, this is the mom, I think. Yeah, that's Ajay and that's the mom, I think. Bihan. God damn. Friendly older brother, sister, and cute younger sister, beloved pet dog. Ah. And I'm guessing this is Karna's spirit undress. Yeah. Oh god. Oh. Oh. Okay, the next one is Atlantis. It's quite, in the future, but yeah. Alright, so that's the end of the Yuga Kshetra gameplay. Now, my impressions, I have to say, like, I really enjoyed it, and if I had to rank this out of all the Lost Belts, obviously I'll be a little bit more biased because, this is the Indian Lost Belt, and like me being an Indian, I'm like, I'm bound to be a little biased. So I'm putting this in the top, top of everything, like all the Lost Belts, like the rankings I'm talking about. I loved this the most. No, first is the Lostbelt 4, Indian Lost Belt. My second best Lost Belt that I felt, that I enjoyed the most is, what was it? Lost Belt 2, Scandinavian Lost Belt. I really liked Skadi's, like, Lost Belt because it had a lot of mythology and, like, the whole Norse mythology and all those stuff. Like, I had a great time, like, playing that Lost Belt. It was such fun. Like learning about all the, like, the giants and everything, about Sutur and the whole battle and all. I really loved it. So first is Indian, second is Scandinavian Lost Belt. My third best Lost Belt is, now this is a tough one. I think I'll put China, because I liked the tone of the Lost Belt. I think it was written by Madoka Magica's, I don't remember the author's name. The person who does Madoka Magica, I think the same person wrote that. I've heard, I'm not sure. Like it had a weird dark tone, and I enjoyed that quite a bit. So my third best Lost Belt is China Lost Belt, and the first Lost Belt, and the last one is obviously, what was that? Russian Lost Belt. So yeah, that's the ranking. Lost Belt 4, then Lost Belt 2, then Lost Belt 3, then Lost Belt 1. So yeah. Now, another thing I really loved about this Lost Belt is like I can feel that they did a lot of research, you know, like doing this, and I can feel the amount of, like, you know, research that went into actually making this Lost Belt possible. I think it's one of the biggest Lost Belt, isn't it? It has like 20 sections. It's huge. So yeah, like they took their time and they did a really good job, and I learned about a lot of things that I as an Indian also didn't know. You know, like after like they obviously they did not go into the nitty-gritty of it, but they just, like, you know, mentioned it, and that kind of piqued my curiosity, and I went out and checked them out. The whole thing about the, you know, the Lokas, the Mahapralaya, the, like, you know, the Yuga cycle, a lot of thing about the Kurukshetra war of Mahabharata, about Ramayana, and about Lakshmi Bai, all of these things, like, you know, a lot of things. Like I got really curious, and stuff that I did not know, I went and checked it out, and it was really fun. And what else? And the story was amazing as well. Like it was a really good story, and the characters, I have to say, I liked Jinako and Lakshmi Bai the most. I didn't even think I would like Jinako so much. Like she has an like, you know, she has an unusual charm, and yeah, I really liked interacting, like, you know, like with her, and all, like, you know, all the sections that had her. Unfortunately, she did not have much screen time. Like, you know, she was just there for the sake of it. But whatever, like, you know, sections she talked and, like, you know, we interacted with her were really fun. And like, you know, her statements and everything were outrageous. Lakshmi Bai, because I feel like Lakshmi Bai has what can I say, like her sense of justice and everything, that coupled with her unusual clumsiness is kind of a charm point, you know. And yeah, that like she was a quite a great character, I have to say. And I also really liked, you know, interacting, you know, parts that had her as well. Another character that I never thought I would like that much, but I really liked, is Ashwatthama. I never thought, like, you know, like in the end, like the way, like, you know, he was basically the enemy in the beginning, so we barely even interacted with him. So I really did not feel much about him. But by the end of it, when he finally gets into our team and we start interacting with him, he's a pretty cool person, you know. I really liked him. And who else? Oh, another person that I was really surprised was Pepe. Like, Pepe is another great character. Like, you know, like after, I think out of all the cryptors, like we met all the, like, I think 4 cryptors by now, and Crustacea, we only know about him for a couple of scenes. We don't even know much about him. So out of the 4 cryptors, Pepe is the best, I think. Like, you know, like Kadok, I really did not like Kadok that much. He's okay, but I don't know. I really did not like him that much. Who else? Ophelia, I think. Her name was Ophelia, wasn't it? I forgot. Just a sec. Yeah, Ophelia. In the end, Ophelia kind of, like, you know, I kind of liked her, but before that, no, not that much. And Akta, same. You know what? Yeah, Pepe is the best, like, undoubtedly. And I think the main reason behind it, because is we, like, you know, interacted with Pepe a lot more than the other cryptors, and we, like, you know, actually fought with him. Like, that's a bigger, like, you know, that plays a big role here. So like Pepe, Kadok, Ophelia, and Akta, like, we barely even interacted with them. All, like, you know, in the end we kind of interacted with them. That's just it. So I think that kind of, like, puts Pepe at a higher ranking out of all the cryptors. And yeah, but he himself was a great character, I have to say. Like, you know, his philosophy and everything, the way he looked at the world was quite unique and interesting. And he was not at our throats from the beginning. Like, that's one thing I can appreciate. Like, all the other cryptors were, like, almost at our throats from the beginning. They didn't even listen to anything. They just, like, tried to kill us. But thankfully, like, you know, But I think, you know, like Pepe would also probably be tried, like, you know, would try to kill us if the circumstances were different, if Arjuna actually listened to him and, like, you know, they actually did the lost spell properly. But because stuff like that did not happen, I think that's why probably Pepe kind of, like, you know, interacted with us, you know, helped us in a way. But still, I think Pepe has a more, what can I say, interesting character, and also, like, yeah, he feels more interesting. All the other Cryptas are okay, but I really prefer Pepe a lot more than them. And who else was there? Oh, Koyanskaya. She kind of helped us, but I don't know. Like, you know, like, it's kind of wishy-washy. And who else? Who has? Oh, Gordy. Gordolf was funny as well. Like, as always. I liked, you know, he was kind of like the, in a way, like the comic relief in a way, kind of, like, you know. So in this serious portions, he kind of made us laugh, and he kind of, you know, helped us go to the final, you know, the tree of emptiness. And what else? What else? I think that's it. Nothing else more to. Oh, I forgot to discuss about the main characters. Rama, yeah. Rama is also kind of, like, you know, funny in a little, like, you know, in a lot of sections. You know, the whole thing with him actually, like, you know, like, what do you call it? Like, him interacting with Lakshmi Bai was quite funny in most of the portion, because obviously he mistook Lakshmi Bai for being Lakshmi, like, you know, Lakshmi for being inside her. And then in the end he actually gets to know that it's a Lakshmi, but then he still says that, oh, you're not my, like, you know, like my wife's no, my wife's spirit core is not within you, but my sister-in-law's spirit core is within you. So yeah, like, you know, like, that was funny. And then again we get to see, like, you know, like, Rama was okay, like, I have to say, like, he kind of made us laugh for a lot of portions, and he was, like, you know, like, a lot of portions we also kind of saw how he, like, you know, his sacrifice, yeah, kind of, in a way, for Ashwathaman to get the curse within him. That was quite good, and all of those things. He was a, like, you know, he was a fun character to interact with as well. Who else? Karna and Arjuna. Arjuna, I have nothing much to say, because obviously the Arjuna here is not the Arjuna we know. It's God. It's a god, basically a god, and he lacked any kind of human emotions and all. In the end, we kind of got to see him getting the spark back, but yeah, that was just it. And Karna, yeah, like, I was really surprised when Karna disappeared in the beginning, almost at the beginning of the Lost Belt. I was like, oh, well, like, what the hell? Like, I had this kind of feeling that, oh, maybe we're going to get Karna versus Arjuna in the end. Like, that's how it's supposed to go. And then he, like, you know, just dies in the beginning. I was like, what the hell is happening? So we're not going to get Karna versus Arjuna? And then in the end, he comes back again. You know, he comes back again. Like, does the main battle, and then again, like, you know, they disappear. I was like, oh, okay, like, that also works, I guess. Oh my god. And yeah, I think that was it. Nezha kind of got the short end of the stick this time. I guess because in the previous Lost Belt she was there. Like, you know, like that's another thing that kind of bothered me. I was thinking, like, okay, like, Nezha has been with us for quite a while. Like, he came, like, you know, she came in the third Lost Belt, and now she's again accompanying us in the fourth Lost Belt. Like, what is happening here? Usually these type of things does not happen. You know, repeat servants. And then she, like, you know, like, dies in the beginning, and I was like, oh, okay, so that's why she was here. And yeah, like, as I said, Nezha kind of got the short end of the stick. But what else can you do? As for the enemies, Asclepius, as I said, like, Asclepius, I really did not like his character before, but in the end I kind of understood that, yeah, he has his own problems, as he was kind of narrating his story, you know, about his mom. And that kind of made me realize the why he, like, you know, like, he's so obsessed with medicine, and how like, you know, like what is the reason behind his character like that. So like, okay, like, you know, like he's a fine person, and I understood why he was acting like that. William Tell, he's a cool guy, I have to say, and in the end he kind of dealt a really big blow, and that really helped us. And yeah, and who else were the Lokpalas? Asha Doman, the monk. Oh boy, huh. I have nothing else to say about him because, yeah, you guys can understand what I'm trying to say. Like, kind of messed the whole thing up, but you know, that's what he's supposed to do because he's Asha Doman. So I guess, like, obviously he's going to bother us in the future Lostbelts as well. Just like Koyansky is also going to bother us in the future Lostbelts. So yeah, I guess we'll meet again. And yeah, oh, and another thing we got to know is about Captain Nemo. Like, that's a big reveal we got, and I'm definitely going to check out Captain Nemo and his profile, his lore and everything, you know, in the future, because like it kind of interested me how he is, you know, related to India in a way. I'll check that out later on, because I think I kind of tried to find out before about Captain Nemo, but I found barely nothing. So I'll kind of, like, you know, try more and like try to try a detailed search about him, who he is, and like, you know, what's his connection with India and all, how he was, like, you know, like he was talking with Lakshmi Bai. Like, obviously we know that he is related to the Sepoy Mutiny. That's the first war of independence, and that's how he, like, you know, he kind of knows Lakshmi Bai. But other than that, we have no other, you know, information. So I'm going to check it out later on. Yeah, and that's it. So my final verdict: fantastic Lostbelt. And as I said, this is probably my top Lostbelt, and I am a bit biased, as I said before, because it's India. And yeah, but obviously, like, even if I was not biased, I'm sure I would put, like, you know, rank this high, because the story was really great. It was really amazing. It was detailed, and I loved the, like, you know, the lore and everything, the details that they actually went into. Like, I think that's the main charm point of this Lostbelt, the details that it went through. You know, like this 20 sections Lostbelt, if you try to find out each and everything that this Lostbelt referenced, you know, in our Indian history, in our Indian folklore, it'll take almost like 10 to 12 hours to find and read everything that they kind of referenced in this Lostbelt. That's how deep this was. This had a lot of things, and by a lot I mean a lot. And I'm really impressed with that. I thought, like, you know, like when I started it, I thought they were probably going to, like, you know, mention some places in India. We were going to have Arjuna versus Karna, and, you know, nothing else. That would probably be it. And I was still excited to read this, like, you know, to play this section. After finishing this, I can say that no, I was completely wrong. They really went deep, and they really covered a lot of things. And I am really happy about that. You know, as I said, like, if you try to find out each and every reference this Lostbelt had, it'll take you a lot of time. And that kind of shows us how deep it went. And I'm really happy about that, you know. It was a great experience. Like, fantastic. And yeah, I would love if, like, you know, they do something like this again in the future. Like, you know, something related to India. Obviously, new Indian servants are probably going to come in the future as well, because we already, like, you know, like Karna, Ashwathama, all of them are here. And I think the latest, like, you know, Indian servant kind of related to India, the servant we got was Frithra, you know. So I'm sure we'll get more Indian servants, and maybe we'll get some other, like, you know, small little thing related to India and all, and which I will be really happy, because as I said, like, you know, it's really fun to see like, you know, like stuff from, like, you know, which are animified, or which are, like, you know, which we see in anime, if it is something that you can relate to. I'm an Indian, so if, like, you know, if I see something related to India that's happening in anime, be it anything, anime, manga, anything, I'm, like, you know, I really like it. I'm really interested in it. I know a few people kind of get mad at this, like, you know, like people who say that, oh, like, they're disrespecting our culture, they're disrespecting our religion, all those stuff. Obviously I'm not like that. I really love whenever, like, like they kind of reference these kind of stuff, bring these kind of stuff. And FGO is like the biggest thing that like, that references in India and has a lot of things Indian. And like India is a huge part of FGO, so that's one thing that I am really happy about, and I'm really looking forward to more things in the future. So yeah, anyway, so yeah guys, that was it. That was my gameplay videos of Yuga Kshetra. And every one of you who stuck throughout the whole series, thank you all. And I had a great time playing it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. And oh, okay, so one thing I want to say here is my future plans of doing FGO content. Like currently the Guda Guda Honnoji is going on, but as I kind of said this before in one of the videos, I think I said that I probably won't have time to do this, because there's a lot of things left. So I'm skipping Guda Guda Honnoji, but I plan to do the future events that comes out, and also obviously the Lostbelts as well. And the future events, by events I mean not the reruns, but the normal events that are going to come. For example, I think the next event, proper event that's going to come is the Las Vegas one. I'm definitely doing this because that's a swimsuit event. I love those. Who doesn't love those? So yeah, I'm definitely going to do that, cover that. And as I said, these type of events which comes, I'm definitely doing the Lostbelts, and the events as well I'll do. So that's my future plan of FGO gameplays. And normally I usually do like whenever they bring some servants out and all, I kind of react to them, go to their the TVCMs and all, and trailers, the noble phantasms, and the animations, all those stuff I can react to. That I'll obviously do. AMVs, all these stuff. So like those will continue, but for these gameplay type of videos, as I said, the events I'll do in the future, and definitely the Lostbelts. So yeah, that's my future plannings. And yeah, so yeah guys, thank you guys for watching. This was my gameplay video of Yuga Kshetra. If you guys enjoyed my video, press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed, and comment down below your opinion about this Lostbelt and anything else you want to mention. I'll check them out. So yeah guys, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, in the next FGO video that I do. I usually do 1 or 2 videos every week related to FGO. The link of to the playlist, to my playlist of my FGO videos, will be given in the description box. You can go click on it and you'll find all my FGO related videos. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, goodbye and have a nice day.